Back. Hello.
Are you back? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, this was totally expected because every time this happened. Okay, one more time, Shruti. Welcome to this live stream and this dev talk. And this is the first time we are talking. And so, what's your experience?
It's great. It's always great to go live on YouTube these days. I
Yeah.
never imagined doing this, even 3, 4 months ago. But yeah, now
Okay.
I'm used to it
So,
already.
yeah, yeah. So tell me about yourself, like how you introduced to anyone who is reaching you
Yeah.
first time.
I
So that
am a full stack web developer. I'm a mentor and a course creator and now a YouTuber.
that's
I'm
great.
also a mother to a 3 year old. Many people
Wow.
get surprised when they look at me and they get to know that I'm a mother. So I try to let them know firsthand that, I'm also a mother. So I'm juggling with time. There is, a lot of
Yeah,
things I'm trying to do and bringing up a
exactly.
child. So that's a pretty short introduction. If you ask me to go long, I can, completely cover this entire 30-minute session just with my introduction. So that's my short intro. And, over to you. What else do you want me to share about me?
Okay, yeah. So it's nice that you are a full stack developer. So tell me when you have really started your journey. Like, do you have a CS degree or not, or how this programming came into your life?
Right. So I got into a engineering college with a computer science. I mean, with information science, into information science branch, but I had no idea where I'm headed. I just got to know that this branch is right now trending, or it has the highest paid jobs. So why not get into it? I got a good rank, so I decided computer science it is. I had no idea then. And 3 years into it is when Microsoft came to our campus for internship. And I was not very interested. I said, the internship is in Hyderabad. I don't want to go anywhere apart from Bangalore. I am that, homesick. So I said, I want to stay back here. Who's going to go to internship? People started saying, are you crazy? It's Microsoft. Do you
Like,
even have an idea? First of all, it's not possible to get selected. But if why don't you give it a shot? That's when I thought,
correct.
okay, there's nothing wrong in giving it a shot. Let me get experience of interviews and written tests, technical tests, all of that. So I wrote the written test, and then I thought, I'm not clearing this anyway. Let me go back home. Everybody started, you know how it is, right? After exam, you start discussing the answers. This is the answer I got, and this
Yeah.
was the answer for the second question. I got all of them wrong, like according to my friends, of course. So I said, I'm not clearing this anyway. Let me go back home. Just on my way home, there was this placement coordinator who came running up to me saying, hey, you got selected, you cleared the written round, just head to the placement section. I was shocked. I said, okay, great. Then that's when I realized, okay, I'm actually going to face a real technical interview right now. I was 0% prepared, but I headed. And the very first round was extremely amazing. The person made me feel very comfortable, the interviewer. That's what I really respect about him. He knew that this was my first technical interview. So he gave me a problem and he told me, think aloud, tell me what you're thinking. I was able to tell him the algorithm, what I'm working on. And, step by step, he increased it to next level, so and so. I cleared the first round, I cleared the second round, and apparently I even cleared the third round. So I was the only person from my branch who got selected into the, Microsoft internship.
Wow.
And from the whole country, they took about 120 people, all from IITs and NITs and all the top colleges. So I was a part of 120 people for that year. So that's when I realized, okay, this could be my career. I am
Oh,
good at this. Let me
yeah.
build on this. I can be a developer. That's when I got
Mhm.
introduced to all of that.
Mhm.
So people today, I'm jealous of all those, 16-year-old, 18-year-old people on Twitter right now who are already, into programming, into so
Yeah,
many other things. I had no clue even at the age of 20 almost, right? But
exactly. Same
then
with
when I
me.
discovered, yeah, then when I discovered that, okay, there is something in me, I am good at programming maybe. So that's how it started. And then,
Wow.
after my engineering, I did get placed at a very good company, Citrix, for a high pay package at that time. And people were very happy, saying that, this is almost the best package you could have got in Bangalore. I said, great. But then somewhere, on the way, I met a person. He's my mentor, and he said, I have an app idea. I have a web app idea. Can you build on it? I said, I have very limited knowledge in web designing. You know how much we learn in college, right? So it was a
Okay.
very limited, knowledge. I said, I'm not sure. He said, great, let's go ahead. Let's start with it. See where you can get. So I started on it, and I started learning more and more. That's when I really, took a deep dive into the whole full stack. I really didn't know that it was called full stack web development also. Even 4 years into it, I didn't know. I'm being very honest. Later I suddenly discovered, oh, this is full stack, what I'm doing. Great. Let me, put my profile as I'm a full stack web developer. So that's how, into it I was. And few months into it, I felt this is what I really love doing. And I like to
Mhm.
develop, things like this. So I quit my job just 9 months into MNC. I quit the job confidently, saying, no, this is what I want to learn. I want to develop. So from almost 9 lakh per annum job, I came down to zero, and
Oh.
I joined, hands with my mentor, and we started. It was a startup at that time, so there was zero income initially, but we slowly
Mhm.
built on it. There were a lot of websites I built, a lot of stuff I learned for clients, for web apps, mobile apps,
Mhm.
everything. I've tried my hands at designing, I've tried my hands at event management, public speaking, teaching maths at college. I've done all of that. So that's how it was. It was a great journey, and slowly I, started learning Laravel. That was pretty late. So now I'm into, completely mentoring and creating videos, content creation. That's how my journey has been.
That's really great, Shruti, and it need really courage to quit a high-paying job and
True.
joining a startup who is not paying you anything.
Yes,
But
yes.
actually, that define your vision and your self. You can say self what self knowledge or self control. That you know that you will able to do something better. That's really amazing. So before moving forward, I have prepared a very nice rapid fire round.
Oh,
So
wonderful. I love
yeah,
rapid fire.
yeah. So what we are going to do, I'm going to quickly ask you 10 questions. It's very yes or no kind of thing. Not a yes no, but I'm giving you option and you need to choose. And
Okay.
first, we are going to come over with all the 10, and then we will discuss about each and everything, why you have
Okay.
chosen the answer. So you don't have to think, you just need to listen and quickly you need to give answer. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, obviously, starting with first, for a live stream, what do you choose, YouTube or Twitch?
YouTube.
Great. And my operating system, Mac, Linux, Windows.
Mac.
Okay. Early morning coding or late night coding?
Definitely late night.
Okay. Free course, paid course, or giveaways? Getting giveaways.
That's hard. Getting giveaways.
Freelancing or doing a job? I think I got the point, but
Neither.
you
Neither.
neither. Okay, you
Yeah,
want
neither.
business? We will talk about
Something
that
like
later.
that. Yes.
Later. Then Laravel Node.
Laravel.
Uh, thank you. Angular, Vue, React, or Svelte.
Neither.
Huh? Bootstrap, Tailwind. I know the answer, but
Tailwind, yes. Yeah, you know
yeah.
the answer. Tailwind.
Coffee, tea, milk, beer.
Tea.
Great. And the final one. Who you want to meet in real life, like your idol or anyone.
Oh, that's hard. Can we take it at the end? I have a huge list, maybe.
Okay, so let's talk about this. First is YouTube or Twitch. So why you have chosen YouTube? I think you've chosen YouTube.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't tried Twitch yet. That's why. There is no other
Oh,
reason.
but what's your motive behind doing this live sessions? I saw on Twitter you are doing lots of lives. So how that came into your mind, and what's the real motive behind this?
Okay, so first thing is, I realized when I do videos, I do a lot of editing in between. But
Uh,
when it's live, it's really live. I want that experience of going live as well, and I also want to interact with the people who start coming. Yes, of course, it's just been about 5 or 6 live streams that I have done, and the people who come in are about 10 to 15, or maximum 20 people at a time. But going forward, I know that this is going to increase. I want to interact live with people. I love doing live coding, so that really puts me at the edge.
uh,
I want that challenge. I want to really improve there. If I'm back screen, if I'm just, how video recording goes, you can edit at a lot of places, right? But
exactly. I do every day.
exactly. So, but this your live stream, you can generate 1 hour of content, going live, and it's already there. It's up. You don't have to think about it. Yes, some mistakes
Exactly.
have happened. That has happened. That's great. So you learn from your mistakes. You get a chance to grow faster, which is why I
Exactly.
chose live streams.
Yeah, in live stream it's like you are what you are, and you are not
Yes.
a big name or anything like, because whenever you see a YouTuber who has some great following, you're like, oh, this is going to be a very knowledgeable person, or this is, he is not going to make any kind of mistake. But when you see him live, he
True. True.
everyone does have some mistakes and do some crazy things. Like
Yes,
what
that's what gives a
he has
lot of
done
beginners the confidence. Yeah.
that really connect with people, and that's why I have started doing this live session and dev talks. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
let's
really
move
good.
to the, yeah, next topic. Next question was Mac, Linux, or Windows. So you have chosen
Mac.
Mac. Mac. Yeah. Reason
Yeah.
behind that?
Yeah, so first I was a Windows user, and then I was
Mhm.
introduced to Mac in Citrix when I got into the company, and I
So,
had no previous experience.
company gave you the laptop.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I really
So
miss. I wish whenever I join any company, I just going to join for that MacBook.
yeah. So actually, it was only for our team. I was the only person given the Mac out of all other teams because we were into testing, Mac and iOS apps. Again, other
Oh,
people
that's
were jealous, saying that you got a Mac, we all got Dell, we got Windows. I said, I really don't know. I
great.
had no clue about Mac. Just imagine what I did was I installed Windows on that.
Oh,
So
really?
yes,
That
that's how
that
whatever I
I
was.
would say that's the insult of Apple.
Ignorant. Yes. But that's how ignorant I was. I was so comfortable with Windows. I didn't want to switch. Only for work in the company, I used to use the Mac operating system. And then whenever I used to do any other stuff, I would switch to Windows. But slowly, one day, what happened? I had to give the Mac for repair. I guess, yeah. I Something was wrong. There was a hardware problem actually. But then what happened was the entire Windows got washed out, and there was no way I could reinstall it on that hardware. So that time I was forced to get into Mac, and I had to learn it, right? If that was the only system I had, and that's when I realized, hey, Mac is even more wonderful. It's much faster according to me. When I open Android Studio, it doesn't freeze. It doesn't just go. It doesn't die, and
Exactly.
it's not slow. There are no constant updates that automatically just go on. So much more, and I realized Mac is great. When it comes to Linux, it was a very minimal experience in college I've had. So I haven't really tried it. I might like that as well. But right now,
That's
because
great.
I have a MacBook and that's it, I'm not changing. I'm not going to any other
Yeah.
operating system now.
What happened with me when I first got my Mac? I was always trying to do refresh, right click and do the refresh. Oh, it's Mac.
It's Mac,
Then
yeah.
the second irritating thing was the close button is not on the right; it's on the left.
True.
So
Yes.
always you go on the right to close
Right.
that window.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
realize, oh no, this is different. This is totally, you know, opposite of Windows. You have a
True.
start bar and menu things on bottom on Windows.
Yes.
Everything is on the top on
Yes.
Mac. But really great. It's really great. Okay. So next one. Okay. By the way, which Mac do you have? Air or Pro?
Pro. Yeah. I have Pro.
I wish I had. Okay, fourth one. No, third one. Early morning or late night? You chose late night.
Yes.
Say something about that.
I have always been, nocturnal person. Even in my school, I've done all my studies. Only after 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., my brain starts, kicking in. I can't help. I've tried early mornings as well, but I only yawn and I sleep off again. So it's always been the late night when I get ideas, when I get that speed, the all of that, the thrill and everything. So,
Yeah, I would suggest it a book. The book is called Miracle Morning by
mhm.
Hal Elrod, and
Yes,
this
yes.
is really great book. I suggest you or anyone who really want to know what morning do for you. So
Hmm.
suggesting this book, and if you follow his advice, it will be really life changing thing. I'm following it and I'm applying it, and for 1 month it's really good feeling.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I really miss some time late night coding. So whenever I miss, I do. Then next day I will not wake up in the early morning. But
Yes,
that depends. It totally. Some people start some, like as you said, your brain start
yes,
after 11 or 12.
yes.
So that happened. Okay, next
Yeah.
one. Courses, free course, paid course, or giveaways. You chose giveaways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what that? Why not free
Actually,
course?
that's actually, yeah, I would have chosen free, but I want to create paid courses. So how can I choose free and
Yeah,
expect
exactly.
people to pay for my course, right? But then
You
that's
don't
where you
want to
gave me the
spend.
third option. Yeah, so I chose the third option of giveaway where
But
it's paid, but I'm getting it for free.
you know the fun part? I don't have a giveaway in my options. I just added on that time.
Okay. So actually, to be very honest, I would like to choose paid courses where the price is, quite reasonable, because it's like giving respect to the content creator because they do put a lot of effort. And
Exactly.
at the same time, if as long as the price is not way too high, if it's affordable for everyone, they'll also be committed to learning. When it's free, you just sign up and you leave it. But if you've paid something, you actually, try to complete the course. That's
Exactly.
why,
What
yeah.
happened with course, creating a big course is like you put 2 3 months of constant hard
True.
work, and then you
Yes.
release, and you don't know that if it is going to work or not. So
Correct.
paid course, at least the content creator have something in return. If
Yes.
even it's not become super hit, it will going to compensate for that. The money will
Yes.
going to compensate for that. And
Exactly. Yeah.
since you have the motivation of money, you will committed that you are going to give full knowledge to
True.
the customer or the students, and this is really that's why I really like paid courses against free
Yes.
courses.
Yes. Yes. That's true. That's true.
Next one is, I think everybody want to know, freelancing job, and then you chose none. Tell me about
So I have tried job, but that was really honestly, just 9 months. After which it was not more like a job because he's my mentor who I was working with. He always gave me the freedom to explore on my own whatever I wish to do. I could choose the technology to work on, and I could give some ideas. So it was back and forth. That was neither job nor freelancing. So that was a
it.
very different thing. He almost gave me the it's almost like a business owner, a part of it.
Exactly.
So after which I've even tried freelancing because after I had a child, I couldn't go back to any job or anything. I tried
Mhm.
freelancing as well. That was okay, not bad. But you'll have to do everything on your own, getting the client, even billing, thinking
Really.
of there's so much that you need to do. So I do have a lot of respect for the freelancers as well. But you're not sure if you're going to get the next client or not, so there's so much
Yeah.
doubt in that. Right now, if you ask me, I'm into content creation. So because I love learning, I love creating. Now whether people
Mhm.
like it or not, it's up to them. So I'm not
Yeah.
really catching hold of a client and doing something for them. It's something
Yeah.
of my own, I feel. Yeah.
We will talk about your course and what you are going to create after this, completing this questions. Okay, next
Sure.
one, Laravel and Node. You chose Laravel.
Yes, because I've always loved PHP and never wanted to learn anything else. just went deeper into PHP, and then I found Laravel, which seems obviously the a very amazing framework. I also follow the updates, Taylor, Otwell, and all the amazing people there. I feel it's going somewhere, far.
Okay,
It's
so
going to be a great
my
framework.
question, very important question I have, from where you have learned Laravel on YouTube.
A much part of it, yes, from Bitfume's channel.
This is actually the promotion of my channel, not a question.
Yes, no, honestly, you
Yeah,
have very good content on Laravel and you try to explain it from a beginner's perspective. So I really
exactly.
loved a lot about that. So yes, I could easily say that, I have learned a lot from documentation and other places. But talking about videos, I think 50% of the videos on Laravel that I have watched is from Bitfumes.
That's great. And people, I have not given any money to Shruti to saying this thing. This is a real, genuine thing.
Yes,
Okay, let's
yes.
move to the next thing. Angular React Vue felt you chose none. You are not a front end developer, or you don't
Uh,
like anything.
No, I don't use frameworks because the kind of web apps I have developed so far have been quite small. I have used jQuery actually, so that's a library. And yeah,
You
jQuery, yes.
are you
All
are
of
from
you
Stone
can roll
Ages?
your eyes. Sorry?
You are from Stone Ages? You said
I am,
jQuery. That
yes,
means you are
yes,
from
I am
Stone Age.
from Stone Age. Yes, I am from Stone Age. I started development a decade ago. That is Stone
Uh,
Age.
so why you have not actually moved into these other frameworks?
So I
Why
figured about
you?
the frameworks much later after I had developed a lot of web apps. Probably
When,
three years ago is when I figured out, and I've always wanted to learn either Vue or React. I am going to
hmm,
get into it soon, and I'm still confused about which one to get into because I won't be developing a lot of web apps maybe, but it's mostly going to be for course creation, something like
okay.
that. So
I would suggest go with the Vue.js because since you have knowledge of jQuery and obviously JavaScript basic, so Vue is going to be easy for you, and it's having a very nice concept which fits in your mind very easily.
yeah,
React,
yeah. I have had a little, very little experience with Vue. I have looked into the code and everything. So maybe yeah. And it's not about ease. I'm not looking into which is easier. I'm just
no, but
thinking
easier
of
in the
where I'm
sense,
headed. Yeah.
yeah, easier in the sense you don't have to devote much time on learning.
Right.
You will
Right.
quickly get that. That's
Yeah.
what.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Raj Vishwa says he just subscribed to your channel. So
Thank you
congratulations.
so much, Raj.
Okay, next one. Bootstrap and Tailwind. You chose Tailwind.
Yes. Because I
Oh,
have experience with both. I started with Bootstrap and then
and
got introduced to Tailwind.
before
Yeah.
you say anything about Bootstrap, people, I want to say this thing that Adam Wathan, the creator of Tailwind, follows Shruti, and this is like a dream come true thing.
Yes,
Tell me
yes,
what
yes.
about this thing when he followed you. What was your feeling? How you believe? How you digest that thing?
I really wanted someone to pinch me once because I thought this was not real. This is not happening. I mean, how did he even think that it's worth following someone like me? So that was really, like you said, a dream come true because it adds so much belief into what you're doing, right? So I have, without any motive, I have tried telling people that Tailwind is great all over Twitter. Wherever I see Tailwind, I suggest whoever has asked doubts, I have clarified, and I have been a Tailwind CSS fan. So I've kept on talking about it, started creating videos, and then when he followed me, it gave a boost like I cannot explain. I felt this is great that your work
Really?
is being recognized by someone like that, and that's something probably the best one of the best things that happened in the year 2020 for me.
Okay, and really, I also know that feeling because when Taylor Otwell followed me on Twitter, it was like, is it true? I really couldn't filled the app and then restarted it, and to really check that is this real. But Taylor is some kind of person who constantly update his feed. So later, when I switched to different other things,
Yes.
he unfollowed me. But I still have that
Mm.
screenshot of that followed. So
Yeah,
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 really,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
really
but
great.
that's okay because they are busy people and they need to, they want to just filter the number of people they follow. I mean, it's not about, not following you. It's just that they want to see some things on their, Twitter feed quickly.
Correct, correct. And Taylor always say he don't like noise. So whenever someone talk about something else which Taylor doesn't care, he just unfollow. And it's not
Okay.
any hard feeling for that person. It's just he doesn't want any noise on his Twitter feed. That's great.
Right.
That's great. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Obviously, coffee, tea, milk, beer. So you chose tea. You are a tea person, not a coffee.
Yeah, tea at home. Yeah, I'm a tea lover. Masala chai, no black tea. None of that.
Yeah.
Typical Indian masala chai is what I like every
That's great.
evening. But when I'm out with friends or when I'm into meetings, I take cappuccino.
Oh, that's
So
great.
I like coffee as well. Yeah.
Okay, the final one. This you haven't answered. Who you really want to meet in real life, like your idol, anyone?
So maybe, yeah, I would like to meet Adam Watson and Taylor Otwell. Those are
That's
the two
great.
people I would like to, and even Steve Shoger, who's
Steve Jobs. Yeah, really.
his designs are next level. I mean, I
Oh,
cannot even, I
he
cannot even imagine.
he really changed my mind about designing. I was so like threatened about designing. Whenever I have to design something, I was like, ah, why I have to design? But after reading that book, Refactoring UI, I was
Mhm.
like, okay, so this is very easy. And then followed by Tailwind. It was like, what's
Yes,
what you want from them? It was a
exactly.
deadly combination. You have a knowledge and then you have a tool. Do
Yes,
something.
yes,
And
perfect,
then I
perfect.
yeah, it's perfect. And then I create my the design my website with Tailwind and the knowledge I got, and it's really incredible. Steve Sugar,
Exactly.
very nice person.
Yeah.
And the Ashok says you end up having thousands of classes, which will cause big headache. I think
Oh,
there is
Tailwind.
no. Yeah, I believe yes. He's talking about that thing. Yes. Yeah, yeah. People will talk about this. Like you will have lots of classes in Tailwind. What's your view upon that? Not a Vue.js.
So, yes. So, see, it depends. Now, if it's a huge project, then you obviously have those components, right? And you're not looking into thousands of lines of HTML where the classes are all mixed up. You're looking at individual files, which are probably 12 lines, 16 lines, even 30 lines. And actually, when yes, that was my initial thought when I got into Tailwind. That was the only doubt I had. Is this going to mess up my HTML? But slowly, when I got into it, I started realizing it's much easier. So, suppose I want to change I want to make minor tweaks into any particular element. I don't have to look at the class name, go to CSS, search for the class name, make changes. I don't need two files. You just,
Yeah,
change the particular class name and it's already done. So when you
correct.
look at it a little more, you start feeling that is also HTML. It's not so much of classes. It's readable. To be honest, it's very readable. So it
Hmm.
takes some time to get used to it, but then it's
But
faster.
what people doesn't know about Tailwind, that Tailwind has an apply feature that you
Yes.
can combine all of your classes into one class. Like if you have created a button using let's say 10 or 20 classes, you can design your framework, your CSS framework for your designing skills. Like if you have a button, so you can just say BTN and my BTN, and my BTN class will have a behind 20 classes, and that's how you reduce all your classes. And whatever you want to do, you can do with this Tailwind CSS. So that's,
Exactly.
I think, the power of Tailwind.
Yes.
Really great. Okay, so we have done with all the questions, and can you tell me any mistake in your life, in your obviously in your career, dev career, anything you remember you want to share with people, because we learn from our mistake. So any mistake
Yes.
you have done and you want to share.
Yeah, for a long time, I always felt that I shouldn't copy. I should do everything on my own, everything from scratch. No use of frameworks. I have to start from
Mhm.
line one, and the entire thing should be my own code. That was the biggest mistake for quite a few years. I was under this assumption that I should not use any frameworks as much as possible, which is a
Mhm.
very bad thing because you can't do everything from scratch. Like very recently, I read a tweet. If you're going to build a website, if you want to build a website from scratch, you should really start with stones. I mean, because your laptop, you already have a laptop, you have a browser, you have a code editor. Those are not from
Right.
scratch. You're using something. So even these
Mhm.
frameworks and tools, they are going to help you. They are here to assist you make much, so that you can focus on your web app or your particular work that is there. Nothing, you're not
Exactly.
going to achieve anything extra or anything extraordinary by doing things from scratch, or at least assuming that you're doing things from scratch. So this was one mistake. I wish I could go back and learn more of frameworks right from then and start using. So that way, actually,
Mhm.
Bootstrap was probably my first framework, the introduction to the word framework itself, which slowly changed my idea. And that's when I advise to all the people that don't have some beliefs in your mind and stick to them. Talk about it to people, ask questions, find out, watch videos, watch tutorials, read blog posts, read up about them, know about it. Don't have some strong beliefs and stick to them. You might really be long, and years later you might regret.
That's great. That's really great. And I know many people, they really want to go into deep of something else. They really want to use the basics things. But when I talk to them, and I realize that that's not actually they are trying. They don't have any complaint about the framework or high end thing. They just really want to explore the basic feature. So if you are in a learning phase, if you really want to explore things, then yes, you can create a website with just
Yes.
using PHP. But if you have some task and if you want to create something in a time frame, then you don't
Yes.
have to start with a basic thing. You have to start with the advanced thing. Like obviously Laravel is the best one in PHP framework. So
Yes.
that's the point I think you trying to say. That's
Yes.
really great,
Yes.
and it's really learning experience for all of us. So,
Yeah.
flipping the coin, and any life changing moment of your life when you say, okay, this was the moment that really changed my life. One was obviously Microsoft. Any other?
Hmm, I don't know. There were too many actually. But yeah, maybe
Anyone?
one. Yeah, maybe one evening when I decided that okay, I might not be able to take up projects because of the limited time I have being a new mother. Let me at least put to use the 2 hours that I have per day into maybe creating courses. So maybe that thought of starting a course which I have for very beginners, HTML and CSS for beginners, I have it on Udemy, and that I suggest only for people who are very very new to coding. It covers the absolute fundamentals and doesn't overwhelm you. That
Yeah.
I directly start jumped into course creation. No YouTube videos, nothing else. So I planned the entire course. I put in a lot of work. So maybe that decision of that day is when I would really look back to and thank myself that it actually came into my mind, because this journey is very fulfilling for me.
Yeah, that's very good. So you talked about your course. So what you have made, or what's your plan about creating course? What's the topic? Share something about that.
Yeah, so you're talking about upcoming courses, right?
Maybe if you have created any other course, then you can
I
share it.
have, yeah, I have a plan, but it's quite long term. Maybe 6 to 8 months from now, I would be jumping into Laravel plus Vue and plus Tailwind. So
Yeah, obviously that's a great
something.
combination.
Yes, so something involving all three, and I would like to build some real world projects and create some course on that. That's a plan, but very vague as of now, not concrete yet.
Okay, so you haven't created any course till now.
No, that the one I said. It's on Udemy. It's for absolute beginners. It's on HTML and CSS, just plain
Oh, okay, okay,
HTML
okay.
and CSS. Yes, yes. That's
Okay. After this live, please share the link so that I can add that link into the description of this video, so
yes,
that maybe people,
sure.
if they are interested, they can buy it.
Yes,
That's really
thank you.
great. So your plan is for Laravel, Vue, and Tailwind.
Yeah.
So you said you have also worked on some mobile technologies on your startup.
Yes. Yes.
First, can you tell me about what the startup is all about? If you prefer, you are
Yes.
able
Yes.
to about that.
Yes, the
Then
startup was it's Inspiration Unlimited. We have a magazine which has almost touching 1.2 million views per that's like a very huge thing. It's only inspiration content as much as possible. People we don't accept anything that has a little bit of gossip or negativity, none of that. And I have been the chief developer there. I have headed the whole thing. You can check the link of that as well. It's iuemag.com. So
IUE. Okay, let
yeah,
me
mag
just.
emag, yeah.
I'm going to. Oh, that's really great. And yeah, tell me about more about.
So
Tell me more about
I mean,
that.
as much as you can see in the front, there is probably 10 times that backend thing that has gone into, because for the last 3 years there has been no update in the code at all. It's running all on its own. There are a lot of articles that are being published every single day, so it's all been handled by non-technical people. But the entire CMS has been designed, developed by me. It's not like WordPress or anything. It's entirely different. And publishing an article takes just about 5 minutes, and adding the watermark to the image, everything happens smoothly.
Automatically.
And yeah, and authors can submit their content. Everything is automatic, completely done, and many other things. So this was one of the main work of mine in the startup, but there has been a lot more. I've taken up
Okay.
many client projects and many other small businesses who needed some such small web apps for managing their business, running their business, office management system, and restaurant menu creation. And people could choose their menu and submit it. So for catering and many small such things. So I've worked with a lot of industry experts, construction companies, restaurants, chartered accountants, many such so I've had a good exposure and experience there.
Great experience. Really great
Yes.
experience you have. So this magazine you said is now become very popular. So if you're preferred to say, can you tell us what's the revenue model behind this, like business model, maybe not a revenue model exactly. How
um
you
so i So this is
if
something I work for. So it's entirely owned by my mentor and continued by him. So I don't think I am. It would be good for me to share that here right now.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. That's actually these kind of things really should come in front, because the positivity these things are spreading. What always problem I face, like on news channel, on social media, everything is filled with negativity, and everybody is talking about the negative thing, wrong thing. In news, you will say something bad happened. I really wish I would able to create a news channel which only going to show the positive sides of India or positive sides of world, where the innovations are happening, where people are learning things, people are helping others. Because whatever
Yes,
you tell people, they will become like that. So really, I
exactly.
appreciate this startup, and I'm going to follow and I'm going to subscribe to this newsletter.
Yes,
It's really
definitely,
great.
please.
That's really, really great. Okay, so one last topic, we will going to talk about that, and then we will going to end this because you have
Yes.
to go. Maybe I think. So the important thing is you have started your YouTube channel. So
Yes.
what was your inspiration behind starting a YouTube channel? Plus, uh, what was the hurdles you have faced and how you overcome that? Because I've been asked by many people like how I can start a YouTube channel, what camera I need, what mic I need, and I want your views on these topics.
Yes. So the YouTube channel is Thyris Web Development Tips and Tutorials. For now, I've named it Web Development Tips and Tutorials. I'm not sure what it's going to change into. So the main inspiration was I wanted to make quick, short videos to begin with. Small things that developers miss on their way, which which you don't come across in a course. When you take up an entire course, it's designed in such a way that these small minute things get missed out. Or maybe a lot of freelancers that are there around me, they don't know many of these tips that I have learned during my journey the hard way, and I wanted to share them. That was the initial thought, but now I'm moving. I mean, plus these tips will be there, but along with that, I am creating trying to create elaborate content and elaborate courses, because I see that people are willing to watch those more. They like to watch something that's longer than 20 minutes, longer than 30 minutes. So I said, okay, if that's what you're wanting to consume, then I'm definitely open to creating those.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
talking about hurdles, the main thing is the lack of time. So when you sit for creating an entire video, I think that it takes nothing less than 1 hour. That's the minimum. That's like the bare minimum for even a
Or
10 minutes
or a 5 to
tutorial.
10 minute video.
Yeah, even for a 5 to 10 minutes video, it takes about 1 hour to bring the concept, do some research, record the whole video, edit it, create the thumbnail, upload it onto YouTube, add the tags, add a proper headline. There's so much that goes into it, and I
Mhm.
get maximum 3 hours a day. So the day I get 3 hours for myself is the ideal day. I get very less time. So what I do is, while my kid is playing on his own, I think of titles, I make a note of them. And then next
Yeah.
step is I do some research. I try to make sure that what I'm sharing is real. I'm not making any mistakes. So I do some research if required. And then after some time, when I get time again, I try to write the script of the whole video. So most of this is what I have been doing for the first few videos. I have actually written word to word of what I'm going to speak in the video. Okay. And then what I do is I record the video, not the audio. It's just the screencast. Okay.
Oh,
And
gotcha,
then
gotcha.
what I do is look at the script that I've written, and along with the screencast, I do a voiceover. So whoever asked me, how do you find time? I tell them that I've broken these many steps. So the day I don't get 1 hour or 2 hours at a stretch, this is what I do. I break them down into these many, things. And there is no soundproof room in the house. So I do a lot of jugaad for that. So I record only after 11 p.m. or, 12 in the midnight, so that there are no noises, traffic noises around. But then later I got this mic. It has slightly improved after that, and I can
Yeah.
record a 20 minutes video without any having any such script and stuff like that.
Which,
So
yeah, which mic you have?
it's called Fifine Technologies. I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
but it's
found that the reviews are really great, and I'm loving the experience so far.
mm, yeah. So, what's your suggestion to the people who want to start and who think that you need a fancy mic, camera, different thing? So,
Absolutely, absolutely not. You just need a webcam of your laptop. I don't even have a desktop till date. I have only been operating with MacBook Pro. I don't have multiple monitors. I don't have any of those fancy setup. It's just this one
mm,
mic. Recently I posted a tweet, right?
yeah,
It was this mic
yeah.
and the laptop, and this mic was the latest edition. So imagine I didn't even have this. So I just did background noise reduction in the edit in the iMovie. So I have no fancy setup. You can start with your simple webcam or even your phone camera,
Mhm.
and because all those are just excuses. You need a
Exactly.
strong reason. You need a very strong conviction if you're headed in this direction, because it takes a lot of time before you start getting some returns. I think Sarthak knows that.
You talked about writing the script and doing first recording and then voiceover. I have it's like 1,000 plus video I have on my channel, and I have never done that recording and voiceover. It's really like why I'm doing this two times if I can do this in a single go. So it was really frustrating for me. I really tried for one or two videos and it was totally
Okay.
unsynced. Like I'm clicking
Okay.
somewhere and I'm saying something else. So it was really frustrating. Then I thought, okay, forget about that. Just do everything, whatever I have. And then you
Yes.
talked about that voice, like noises on your home. This room is having so much of echo. I have done lots. I've put stuffs just to reduce the echo. And the
Yes.
same like you, I record after 11. And what happened?
Hmm.
Sometime the guard will come from come here, and then he whistle, and then my whole video will go like why he whistle. I was at the very crucial moment of my video. I'm explaining very important topic, and then it was like
Or a dog decides to just bark, right? A
no,
stray dog decides. Yeah.
neighbor has dog. So yeah, these are the things only YouTubers can understand.
Yes.
That's really great, and we got some message and Android Born official. He said Shruti is going to compete with Sarthak's Laravel course, and this is not
Oh my.
a competing. It's like I really want to encourage everyone to come up and
Yes.
create videos, not just on Laravel, on anything, and I will be happy to help to everyone. If Android Born official, you want to create video, come to me. I'm going to assist you how to create videos because it I really want to have an ecosystem of people who want to help other people. I have not created video for earning money. It was obviously the byproduct, and I need money
Yes.
um, to pay my bills
Survive.
and
Yeah.
in this survive. But that the motive behind that is giving all my knowledge to the people so that they can come, because I have never got any chance to learn from big people and learning the small things. So
Yes.
that's the ecosystem really I want to create, and that's why I'm doing this kind of videos and dev talk, so that we will have the maximum people on our community. That's really
Absolutely.
great. And so, Shruti, final thing, where people will going to join you, how they can connect with you. Obviously, your Twitter handle and your YouTube link is in the description. But if you can share and tell me the meaning of your channel name, I really forgot that. So
So
let's go.
Tyrus is doesn't mean anything, but if you check for this, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. But if you search Tyrus name meaning, it does say something, which is quite suitable. But honestly, it's just an anagram of my name spelling. So Shruti, and you just jumble it up, you get Tyrus.
Really, but Tharas now has a meaning.
Now has a meaning. Yes.
Yeah, Tharas means Shruti's YouTube channel.
Yes.
That's great. So Tharas is your YouTube channel name and your Twitter handle.
Twitter handle is Shruti Balasa, where I'm most active. So please, connect to
Right,
me
right.
on Twitter and YouTube. You can, of course, connect to me on LinkedIn, Instagram, but I'm not very active there. Definitely, if you find me, do connect. And my website is shrutibalasa.com. So do drop in there as well. Just give a visit. And, if you
That's
want to send a
really
message
awesome.
personally, you can use that.
Yeah, yeah. That's really awesome, Shruti, and it was really fun talking to you. And
Same here.
slowly, I am also becoming pro in talking to people. And last time I was with Francesco. I think Francesco is here with us,
Yeah.
and
Hi.
you know what the hell we had in the initial 15 minute. His like video was not working, then my internet was not working. It was total hell, and that
Okay.
happened today also. But then after, it was totally smooth and really great talking to you. Your experience, you're from the yeah, like Microsoft, from Citrus to a startup to a content creator. Really amazing journey, and we will going to look forward for your course. I will be the first person to buy your course and give the review, and I will really love to have you again on this dev talk later when we have some different concept maybe.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me here. I look forward to your YouTube channel touching 100K subscribers soon.
Thank you.
So you're doing great job. So please keep
Thank
that
you.
coming. I see a lot of comments, and they really love the work that you're doing. And it's nice to connect with you personally. And now that you're doing Dev Talk, people get to know who is behind this Bitfumes channel. What is he really like?
Exactly.
So
Thank you.
they
Thank you very much.
yeah, they get to know that there's a very really nice person, approachable, whom they can connect to, and very helpful. So that gives them a good chance to connect to you and maybe grow.
Thank you. Thank you
So
for that.
thank you for inviting.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. And people do join Shruti on Twitter. And if you have any question, ask her there. And I'm always open for any kind of message. So we will meet on the next Sunday with another Dev Talk with another great people. And maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'm going to announce the next person. And looking forward for the great talk next week. Till then, let's enjoy coding and obviously
Happy
dart
New
is
Year.
always. Yeah, Hari, thank you. Happy New Year to everyone because the next
Next
live will
time.
be on 2021. So
Yes.
happy New Year to you, happy New Year to all the viewers, and we
Yes.
will going to have blast in 2021. And thank God 2020 is gone. Okay, so let's say bye bye to everyone, and we will going to
Bye
end
bye.
it.
Yeah.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.